Growth in the energy sector. One of the top issues for the year is renewable and green energy, with Democratic lawmakers in the U.S. calling for a Green New Deal, a policy calling for 100% of the nation's electricity to be generated from clean sources. My next guest is on the board of directors of AES, a global power company that provides sustainable energy to 15 countries. Joining me right now in an exclusive interview is ValueAct Capital CEO, Jeff Ubben. Jeff, good to see you. Thanks so much for being here.
Yeah.
So tell me about that. Do you think, I mean, we talk a lot about it, but we haven't seen policies and we haven't seen actually money moving into this area specifically. What's your take?
Well, you know, the Spring Fund, the sustainability idea that we're purporting is to get companies to to invest more, to go faster, to be a leader and solve big global problems. And the IPCC would tell you that we're going way too slowly. So when I got involved with AES in particular, and also Hawaiian Electric, you know, they have the available technology in terms of battery storage and renewables, which are going down the cost curve dramatically. But the investor class in particular isn't so interested necessarily, or hasn't been, in investing more. So, you know, the way I think about sustainability is deploy the available capital and be tomorrow's company, not yesterday's company. Don't bear hug coal because it pays a dividend. And what I've seen is, you know, if you think about companies moving from kind of profit-centric to purpose-driven, that it changes the company and it generates a certain sort of productivity and innovation. And so at AES, when they moved their mission statement to something simple, impact lives by accelerating, you know, investment in clean and safe green future, it's galvanized something. Then they signed up for the TCFD, the first Western energy company to do so, and it really it resulted in innovation. So the CEO, having done a lot of hard work and really investing in storage, is now moving his customers. He calls it green blend and extend. So we're using our coal plants as batteries, essentially, running them less, buying renewables on the market because they're cheap, passing the savings to the customer, and then migrating them to tomorrow's technology.
Well, this is obviously one of the priorities that you look at when investing. You've got a very diversified portfolio. Jeff, tell us what metrics you look at in terms of identifying the growth stories. I will say this. When I've spoken with a number of CEOs, they say when you call to perhaps, whether it's in an active way, an activist way rather, or not, they appreciate the fact that you want to work with them. Yeah. To actually grow the business. So where is the growth today? Looking at your portfolio, which is quite expansive, where's the growth in the U.S. today?
You know, and I think, you know, if you're addressing a big global problem, whether it's climate change or, you know, waste or healthy food, healthy soil, you have the opportunity, if you're the incumbent and you're in the problem, to fix the problem and generate what we think is a sustainability premium, because you know, the interesting thing about the stock market is we've kind of shortened the duration of a long duration asset. Investors have asked for more current return, when in fact equities are really a terminal value mechanism. They really want the terminal value of the company 20 years out to be, you can get current return in bonds, right? So let's let a company really, you know, compound. And the best way to generate terminal value is to be integral to a societal need, and therefore fix it. And then if you do that, and every industry has so much disruptive technology available, you can really change the profile of your company, and thereby earn the sustainability premium. But
it's not just sustainability in terms of priorities, right? I mean, you have stakes in healthcare companies, technology companies. Yeah. Is that where you see growth?
Well, I mean, I think like a really fun example is like, who would have thought for-profit education was the answer? You know, the Obama administration found them to be the problem. But Strayer Education, now Strategic Education, invested so heavily in artificial intelligence that they now have the ability to give you a great student outcome online while they reduce their tuition. So they're educating the adult population in an affordable way that nobody else is doing, with a really high quality experience. And ultimately, they can get the tuition to the point where it could be a corporate benefit, which then creates a certain retention for the company. And we solved a problem with market forces rather than having Elizabeth or Bernie come try to make education free, whatever that means.
Yeah.
That company now is growing double-digit in terms of emissions or enrollments because it's a great value proposition. But it's also addressing this huge problem that I think gives a tremendous runway.
It reminds me of the saying, do right is also doing well for shareholders. When you're doing the right thing.
I don't like that. I don't like that because you've introduced the profit motive again. You know,
right.
What you've done is why do we moralize goodness and maximize greediness? That has that connotation. So I'd rather not go there. Something else.
Jeff, it's great to have you on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. And in full disclosure, you are a former board member and ValueAct as an investor in 21st Century Fox.
Yeah, it was a great experience. You have a great company.
The parent company of Fox Business Network. So you were pleased with Rupert Murdoch's moves.
I love working with them, for sure.
Great to see you, Jeff.
Sure.
Thanks so much. Jeff Ubben joining us there.